You are about to see a Fix It Friday video, where a idiot with very little technical skill or knowledge will attempt to fix something. This is not a how-to video, and is likely to be factually incorrect, and at times dangerous. Please don't copy Kip, and see this video for limited entertainment purposes only. Roll titles.
Hello, welcome to the channel if it's your first time here, and welcome back if it's not. Now in today's Fix It Friday, we're going to be looking at this. And it is a Game Boy DMG, the original style of Game Boy. And this has actually been in a video before. I'll stick a link to it up in the corner. And when it arrived to me, it was in a very sorry state, and I gave it a good clean and a bit of a sorting out, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. But AliExpress have been in touch. I don't know, and they offered me some free products to make videos about, and the first of the product is a screen upgrade kit for this Game Boy, and I just couldn't say no. Yeah, the original screens on the Game Boys aren't very good. Let me try and demonstrate. Now obviously it's strobing a bit on camera, but it's not doing that in real life. But yeah, if you're not looking at these screens in anything other than absolutely perfect light, they're rubbish. You can't play them at night. You had one of these back in the day. You remember the magnifying things with the lights and everything that just tried to make the picture look better in dark conditions. I really do love playing on this Game Boy still. I've played it quite a lot since I fixed it, but the screen is just such a big bugbear. AliExpress have sent me a new screen kit, and we're going to get it installed today in this video. Now what I'll do is I'll put a link in the video description to the screen kit I use, because there is so much stuff on AliExpress, and like it's really quite low in price. Most things have up to 80% off their normal prices, which is mad. And to make things even better, I've got an AliExpress discount code which is here, and yeah, if you use that you'll get a little bit of extra money off. Anyway, let's have a look at what came in the box. Okay, so this is a replacement board. They send you a whole replacement board. You can see it's got the controls on it and everything. And this replaces one of the boards inside the Game Boy. And instead of connecting to the old style screen, it connects to the new LED screen. And we'll sort that out in a mo. We've got a ribbon cable. We've got this little bracket to hold the screen in place. We've got a replacement speaker, because the speaker that's in the Game Boy is actually soldered to the board. I mean, you could maybe unsolder it and solder it onto this board, but I think, oh look, yeah, this has actually got a speaker connector on, so it makes it a little bit easier to do work on this Game Boy. And then here we have got the replacement screen with a sort of little board attached to it. Now, I've not actually seen any videos online of this replacement being done, so this could well be the first, which is pretty cool. And hopefully, if you're watching this and you're new to this channel and you've just stumbled across it on YouTube, hello, my name's Kip. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you give this video a like. And yeah, I do lots of cool stuff like this. Well, I say cool. Nerdy stuff. I think what we need to do is get into the Game Boy and work out what's going where. Now, while I'm disassembling this, I'm going to shout out some awesome people. I've got some people who are now subscribers over on Facebook, which costs from 99p a month. And then I've got those awesome people who've joined my channel on YouTube. Now on YouTube, joining is a step up from subscribing. Subscribing is completely free of charge, but joining the channel costs you from 99p a month. And both with my Facebook subscribers and my YouTube members, they help pay for all the stuff you see on this channel. So if you want to see some better and more interesting content, then please do consider either subscribing over on Facebook or joining on YouTube. So while this is being taken apart, I'm going to shout out all those people that have subscribed on Facebook and joined on YouTube. So let's get into this. I'm going to have to rattle through this really quickly because it's about to go a little bit wrong. So first up, we've got our Facebook subscribers who are Rebecca and Tom. Then over on YouTube, we've got our Kip fans who are Matt Lovies, JRC Electrical, For the Burbs, Wayne Cornish, Mike Cass, Rob Lynn and Scott Made a Thing. Then we've got those incredible Kip early birds who are Dean Ball, Sean at Cablesmith Electrical, Wayne's World of Retro, Tim Salt, Sorcerer Stan and Mark C. Then we've got those lovely Kip lovers who are Bella Webster and Stez Sticks Flippin' Fix. And then finally, she's still here. She is our incredible Kip nutter, and that is Becky Boobar. Thank you, Becky, and everyone else who has subscribed and has joined the channel. Oh. When I did the capacitor kit on this, when I did the fix it video, one of the capacitors has just fallen out. That's fine, that board is actually coming out, so it's not the end of the world. So I've just got to undo this ribbon cable here. Yeah, one of the capacitors that I replaced like that has popped out. That's okay, that's fine. Because we're not going to be using this board anymore. This board is going. So yeah, we've got the Game Boy in two parts. So this bit is staying exactly the same. This part is changing quite radically, hopefully. Right. So now we've got to remove some screws. Now, I think I'm right in saying that this modification is non-destructive, so we don't need to cut the shell or anything like that, I think. Oh, if I remember rightly, that's right. This Game Boy came to me with like loads of lines missing on the screen, and I had to heat up the screen connector to make the lines go away. That's it. I remember this now. I remember having to give it a good old clean. Aha. Okay, so yes. That's it. This is the original board then. And yeah, I think I had to take up this bit of tape and heat up the connectors here. And that meant that the solder reflowed and the screen started working again. So this board is actually fine to all intents and purposes. So I'm going to keep this as a spare. I'm obviously going to have to repair that capacitor issue here. If we look in this bag here, we've got a mounting bracket to put the screen into position. That fits beautifully. What we'll do now is we'll give the little plexi a bit of a clean with some IPA. Just so we're not putting it all back together with a load of dust under there. It should be all right, but you never know. Okay, so I think our screen goes into the mount. Right, so get this roughly in place and then peel off the protective film. Right, so we've got our replacement speaker. Should go in something like that. And there we go, there's our replacement board. We've got to lift up our cable. Let's get the screws back in. That was pretty easy.
That was pretty easy.
Go, speaker all plugged in. Right, so now we've got to get this ribbon cable into this connector. We've got a lot of footage now of me struggling to get the ribbon into the connector. I'd actually done this incorrectly and it took me a little while to figure it out. It's very, very tight, that's what she said. And yeah, there's a better way of doing this, which I'll tell you right now. Okay, I've learned something. I was having a lot of difficulty getting the connector into here on the back, and I actually did it wrong. What I should have done is get the connector in first and then get the screen into the bracket, and that makes life easier. So yes, screen is connected now, it's in the bracket, it's very tight, but yeah, it should be okay, although I do seem to have got a little fingerprint on the screen. Better, right. So, I mean, hopefully this video has, you know, helped someone who is fitting their own screen, and they won't make that mistake. This kit is around about £32-ish, which I think is really good value and can sort of bring a whole new life to your old Game Boy DMG. Right, so now we've got to connect the ribbon cable that goes from here to here. So on this board, our new board, the silver fingers need to be pointing upwards. Go, that's in position. And then on this side we need the blue bit of ribbon facing up. It's really hard to get this at a good angle to film it, so I'm sorry, you'll just have to bear with me. There we go. It goes together roughly like that. Right, so now we've just got to get it back together. See how this goes. What are we saying? Do we reckon it's going to work? Nice! Look at that! Oh my god. That is amazing. I am over the moon with how this looks. It is really, really nice and crisp and sharp. It looks amazing. And if you use the wheel on the side, you can either, I think that's its maximum brightness, or you can hold it down and bring the brightness down. There we go. And then bring it back up again. I think there is some way of changing the colour palette, so I'm not entirely sure. I need to do a little bit of Googling to see, but I quite like the way it looks at the moment. I think that's quite a nice colour palette, really. I'll tell you what we'll do now is I'll use the power of YouTube so you can see how it looked before and how it looked afterwards, and I'll put them side by side on my mat so you can see the difference next to each other. Right, okay, so let's try a stone cold classic Game Boy game. It came with the Game Boy. No, so this little bar at the top here that pops up at the start, that is a battery bar. So it tells you how much battery power is left in your device, which is really awesome. I like that. I just think how handy this would have been as a kid, because playing the Game Boy like when it first came out was difficult, especially like at night time. If you wanted a cheeky game of this without your parents knowing, with your headphones in bed. Screen technology has come on so far. Some space there. Right, I could be sat here playing this for hours. I love it so much. A classic Game Boy given a new lease of life for a relatively low price of around about £32, £33. Amazing. It's so good. I'm so grateful I picked this kit and got it from AliExpress. It just looks awesome. It really does. And I suppose if you've got a bit of a troublesome front board or a damaged screen, it's a really simple way of fixing your Game Boy, get it working again without having to faff around too much. Well, I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, please do give it a like, drop a comment, and definitely subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 15,000 subscribers. I'm not too far away, so please help me get there quicker, so to speak. But yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to say, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but for now, it's game over.